Welcome back to another exciting episode of Cyber Defense TV. I'm your host, Gary Malevsky, and the publisher of Cyber Defense Magazine. Sitting in my hot seat today is Alexander Niven, the cybersecurity leader at ScienceSoft, which is SCNsoft.com. Alexander, welcome.
Hi.
So tell us what you do and what you're concerned about in cybersecurity. You've got your own pen test teams, red teams, blue teams. You've seen it all. What's going on?
Well, we've been doing this for over 15 years at this point. The company itself it was founded over 30 years ago. We've been doing a lot of semantic engine software development. We have been doing more or less all kinds of software development. And about 15 years ago, we went into cybersecurity just because it was so bad. Everything is still extremely bad around the world. Folks sell you expensive software that's just not functioning. Vendors sell you expensive services, and we go in after other vendors did the work supposedly, and we just discover so many flaws. It's wide open. Banks are unprotected. Telcos are completely unprotected.
Where are you finding them unprotected? Is it training? Is it phishing attacks? Is it backdoors or misconfigurations?
There's a whole bunch of different vectors. I mean, it comes down to basically having inexperienced and incompetent admins who don't protect the perimeter. I mean, we had banks basically who run their ATM network on Windows XP machines, still to this day, which is not even supported.
But don't those ATMs not get updated for some reason? The vendor didn't update?
Well, for whatever reason, when admins ignore the patching, the updates, or when they just completely neglect and forget about certain parts of their network, this is when the trouble comes in and bad things happen. This is where we come in. We help out different organizations to fix those flaws. We built specialized products, security intelligence projects, platforms for basically protecting your entire network. You could connect every single of your servers, devices into the platform, and we will have full visibility. We'll monitor every single event
It's kind of your own source solution?
Yeah, it's called ScienceSoft Sim. We do have a partnership with IBM that dates back, to 2006. We have an expert level partnership with IBM in security operations and response. So we're doing a lot of things in partnership.
Where are you guys located?
We're located in McKinney, Texas. We have a few other development centers around the world, including Europe. So I guess in total, that's over 600 developers that we employ.
Who can use ScienceSoft, SCNsoft.com? Who can use you? Is it only large enterprises and big banks and government agencies? Is it SOHOs and SMEs? Is it a credit union? I mean, are you part of, scaling the red team down low, or only for the big enterprises? Where do you fit?
Everybody, I would say. The cost went down, and this is the only thing that's good about what's going on today, because what used to cost millions of dollars, these days it's available at a fraction of the cost, because big vendors, they're also reducing prices in light of the competition. So, for instance, a good incident response platform used to cost literally millions of dollars. Now you could literally get it for a small fraction of that cost. So the entry level is not so high anymore, so it could be anybody. We serve large enterprise, we serve medium enterprise. We have a bunch of SMBs who are using our pen test services. We have all kinds of companies using our apps. We have a few clients from educational, from government sector. So anybody could be benefiting from our services.
What's the shortest deployment and what's kind of the longest deployment?
Well, a simple pen test could be as short as a few hours, a few days, to a red teaming engagement could last a few weeks. Then again, you need to do it regularly. You need to conduct those assessments once per month, once per quarter, because that's important. Things are changing so fast. This is another constant about this industry. Things are changing extremely fast. I would say that an enterprise, a medium enterprise, a large enterprise, what they need these days is a good functioning SOC that starts with the core. IBM, for instance, those are the prizes that I work with. IBM Curator is the number one SIM platform in the world. That's your core. That's the heart of your SOC, Security Operations Center. Basically, it collects all sorts of intelligence from your network, analyzes all these events, correlates in real time, and then flags an offense if it is an offense. So if it is an incident related to some sort of a activity anomaly, going on in your network, then you at least have that exposed, and then your incident response team might intervene and investigate that incident. Thanks to IBM Resilient, that's another tool. We have a bunch of apps for Curator and other platforms. The biggest solution that we've built today, that's almost a million lines of code at this point. That's called Qlean for Curator. Qlean.io, you can find more information about Qlean.
QLEAN.io.
Qlean.io. Basically, if you have a SIM platform, you need to have Qlean to properly assess it and optimize it. Because those things, they're quite expensive to operate.
It's a signal to noise ratio. You tune it up for me.
Well, exactly.
That's great. So is there anything else you want to tell our viewers or listeners today that we didn't cover?
Well, I would say the skills shortage that is so huge in the industry these days. This is what scares me. It really does scare me.
The prevalence of a shortage of skills.
Yeah, a shortage of skills. Even people who tell you they're skilled and competent.
And they go do an audit, and then you guys come in and find out they missed 90 things out of 100.
I mean, a CISO cannot, for instance, know of every single detail of what's going on in their operations. A CISO needs to trust their people. Problem is that there are so many incompetent CISOs as well, right? So I would say it's pretty bad, and you need to be investing. You need to be investing in the new cybersecurity partnership, in the new cybersecurity vendors, because that is an extremely important investment, maybe the most important investment that you will ever make. Reputational costs. On average, the cost of a breach these days is $4 million. It could be a small breach.
Dentist's office.
That's $4 million.
And that dentist can't sustain a $4 million breach. He goes out of business.
Exactly.
So we're going to suggest that our listeners and viewers, even if they think they trust their external pen testing team, check out ScienceSoft.com.
Absolutely.
And sign up and try you guys out today and see what you can find that the other guys didn't find.
Of course.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great hot seat interview. And then, folks, go to his site, ScienceSoft.com, and then come back next time for an exciting episode of Cyber Defense TV. Thank you.